Hi, this is Preston Salem with Home Inspection Carolina, and today I wanted to go over a topic, the top 10 questions you should ask your home inspector. This comes straight from our flyer. I own Home Inspection Carolina, and we have a flyer that we put out, and you're welcome to have it if you want to contact us at homeinspectioncarolina.com. It's a lot of interesting things, for the first-time home buyer. This is the flyer, and let's just get right into it. So this comes straight from our flyer. Top 10 questions to ask your home inspector. Where is the main water shutoff? This is very important for emergency reasons. Some people like to cut their water off when they go on vacation, but obviously if you have a supply line leak or something like that, you want to be able to turn it off quickly. And that helps you know exactly where it is. And also there's usually like a water meter. You could turn it off there at the street, but there should be one inside your house. It's multiple areas. A lot of times in a closet. But your home inspector should be able to identify that for you. So when you get an inspection, ask where your main water shut off. It should be in the report too. Okay, question number 2. Where are the Gfci outlets located? What do they do and how to reset them? Gfci is ground fault circuit interrupter. Basically, you'll find these in bathrooms, kitchens, outdoors, garage, anywhere where there's potential for water. And what this does is it protects you from electrocution. Basically, if there's any in the system, the voltage, if there's any interruption, anything like that, it's sensitive and it clicks the breaker off. They're very good. They do what they're supposed to do. Unfortunately, they also get tripped for any and every reason. That's a little too far, but they get tripped. So you need to know where to reset them. A lot of times you'll see the reset right on the outlet, and that outlet will not only control that outlet, but maybe 2 or 3 others. Also, sometimes they can be reset at the box. If it's at the outlet, it's just a push button. If it's at the box, it's going to be an actual, usually a reset where you have to turn it off and back on. But just find out where all these are, because inevitably they're going to trip whether you wanted them to or not. We get calls all the time. None of my outlets in my bathroom work. And it's almost always a Gfci breaker. Number 3 is very along the same lines. It's the Afci breakers. This is an arc fault circuit interrupter. Works a little bit different than the Gfci, but this is to protect from arcing and overheating and causing an electrical fire. Same type of principle though. You need to know where all of your resets are. So ask this of your home inspector when you get your inspection. Number 4, how many thermostats does this home have and where are they located? Good question, because usually the thermostat is going to be the governing or dictating thing that's going to tell the system to come on or off. A lot of times if you have I'll give you a case in point. I lived in a townhouse one time that just had one thermostat downstairs. And so what would happen is warm air rises, so you would set it a certain temperature and the temperature would be great downstairs, but it would always be warmer upstairs. And it's because you had the one thermostat downstairs that controlled it. If the system had there are systems with 2 thermostats. It's a little bit hard to explain in the short amount of time that we have, and there are some remedies for that. But basically, you need to know where all your thermostats are and how to turn them on and off and that sort of thing. Okay, number 5. Where are the return registers and air filters? Very good question. Your HVAC system basically cycles air, whether it's on heat or air conditioning, and there's always going to be returns and registers and where filters are going to be. And you need to know what size these filters are, because these filters over time get dirty and they can get clogged, and it causes your system to be inefficient and have to work too hard. So depending on what type of filters you get, there's a time frame when you should replace these filters. And usually you'll have multiple size filters. So recommend asking your home inspector how many different size filters, how many they are, where are they, and go buy a box of each one of these filters and get on a regular schedule of changing these filters. Let's go to number 6. Number 6, what size, well, this is kind of like number 5, what size are the filter and how often should I change them? I kind of answered that already. Obviously get the sizes. There's some standard sizes, and you'll have multiple sizes in your house. I mean, in my house, I have 16 by 25, I have 14 by 20, I have 14 by 14, and I have 20 by 20. A bunch of different sizes. Depending how often you change them depends on the type of filter. It'll usually say for the filter, are they 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, hyperallergenic, that sort of thing. It also kind of has to depend on if you have pets, that sort of thing, because a lot of animal hair, fur will also contribute to clogging them up sooner. But obviously you want to keep those filters changed. Makes your system more efficient, your air cleaner, and your house just more comfortable, and reduces your power bill. All right, number 7, is the home equipped with a carbon monoxide detector? If so, where are they located? Okay, you have a smoke detector. Every house should have smoke detectors, multiple ones. Every bedroom should have one, hallways. Now, carbon monoxide detector is kind of like a smoke detector, but different, if that makes sense. This detects carbon monoxide. So if you have any gas burning appliance, gas water heater, gas furnace, gas logs, and this is going to produce carbon monoxide, and if it's not vented properly, this could wind up in your house, and carbon monoxide is a silent killer. So what happens is the carbon monoxide detector will go off and wake you up if it's done properly, so that you know to get out of the house, figure out where the source of this carbon monoxide is, so you can get that taken care of. Also, all houses with a garage need a carbon monoxide detector, because there is the chance that the car running in the garage is going to put off exhaust that could get into the house with carbon monoxide. It's not required, but I would argue to put carbon monoxide detectors in every house, whether it's electric, gas. There have been some studies that in the event of a fire that the carbon monoxide detector might go off before the smoke detector, and I can't confirm nor deny that, but I want smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors in every house that I would live in. But especially carbon monoxide detectors if you have a garage, an attached garage, or any gas burning appliance. Okay, number 8, we're winding down here. If there is a fireplace with gas logs installed, ask your inspector how they work, start them, and if there are any safety concerns you need to be aware of. Yes, gas logs. A lot of times they'll have a pilot, and if you look down in there, the pilot will be on, and you just click a button or a remote, and then it comes all the way on. Sometimes people leave the pilot on all summer, and that's okay. Some people want to turn it off to save money, but you need to know how to relight that pilot. Depending on the system, there's usually, just ask your inspector. They can show you. Usually you might have to hold down a button and, push this starter igniter button. But there's a process, and it's good to know what that is. And they're not all the same. Okay, number 9. What is the age of the HVAC units? HVAC is an acronym for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning. It's basically your system for heating and cooling the house. Now, let me say this. If it is working properly at the time of inspection, it's very unreasonable to ask for them to replace it just because it's an older unit. But I would be aware if it's an older unit and anticipate its replacement sometime in the future. So that's why it's good to know. There's different age, average age. I've seen systems go 25, 30. I've seen 40-year-old systems that are actually working fine, and I've also seen systems that went out in 7 or 8 years. Typically 15 to 20 is what they say, but like I said, if you buy a house and it's a 27-year-old system and it's working fine, it would be very unreasonable to ask the seller to replace something that's with it. They're just not going to do it, and they shouldn't have to do it. But you should think in your mind, we need to have some money set aside or some sort of contingency plan should it go out. That's just the nature of the real estate business. Number 10, don't hesitate to call your inspector after you receive the report. If you don't understand something, the home inspector is there to help you through the process. All home inspection reports should have the name of the home inspector on there, should have a phone number. Don't hesitate to call them. At Home Inspection Carolina, we actually encourage it. When we like that communication, we also like to think that, we're your building consultant or home consultant for life. If you have a problem or you're looking to do anything in the future, most home inspectors know a lot of contractors. They can help you out in that regard as well. Well, again, this has been 10 questions you should ask your home inspector. It comes straight from a flyer that we have here at Home Inspection Carolina called First Time Home Buyer. So if we can help in any way or you would like this flyer, please go to homeinspectioncarolina.com and just shoot us an email and we'll help you any way we can. Thanks for watching.